Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another day of CS. It is Hump Day, Wednesday, February 28th, and joining me is your boy, Zach McGinnis, Mr. Crackshot himself. How's it going, Zach?
Not too bad. Just realizing there's a Counter-Strike update right now.
Oh,
So
lovely.
just gonna go ahead and
Oh, I,
fix
I,
that
I
up.
shall fix that real quick, too. Give me 1 second, guys. CS is, you
Gotta
gotta,
love Valve, you know.
yeah, you gotta love
They
them.
don't
Updating the
care.
game,
It'd be
yeah.
so nice. Just think about it. Think about it for a second. Imagine a world where Valve announced the time that their patches were gonna go live.
Yeah. I wonder what this patch is about, but it looks like a small
And
one.
it doesn't look like it's anything.
Hopefully it doesn't delay us, guys. But I'd like to thank you all for joining us. We've got an interesting first game today. UT Dallas versus NCSU. And we will get into the breakdown of how these schools have been doing in just a moment. But Zach, playoffs are around the corner. And
Yes.
when I mean around the corner, I mean with like 2 weeks.
Yeah, like
And
really close.
once all the results get compiled, I believe it's top 32, correct?
Yeah.
And
It's going to
we'll
be like a selection process similar to how football works, where it's like they're going to take into account the strength of your schedule, the amount of teams in your division. Either way, like at this point, it's going to be like win or you're out for a lot of teams as far as
Mhm.
like last week, even this week. And then sometimes next week is going to be those really close teams.
Yeah, it's a very stressful time for me being a coach right now for Scenes Gaming.
Yeah, like imagine playing like a LAN or something like that and just playing one best of three and then having to go home. Like imagine how stupid that sounds.
Yep, indeed. So while our game is finished updating, I will check the server in a second. But let's talk about Dallas, Zach. How have they been doing?
Dallas. I mean, they're 8-5, so they're a team that's kind of had mixed results throughout the season. They're kind of right in the fold with a lot of those UT schools, kind of like how we see the UC rivalry out in California between all of
Hmm.
those UC schools that kind of duke it out, and a lot of strong rivalries there. There was an equally kind of strong rivalry wise conference in the fall that involved UT Austin, UT Arlington, North Texas, Texas A&M, UH Premier, lots of these Texas schools, and there's huge rivalries between them.
Yeah, and like looking at the stats for Dallas right now, would you say that they're on the slippery slopes right now?
Yeah,
They're obviously like
they're
4-2 in spring.
at
Like,
4-2. It's pretty good, but I believe a couple of those are forfeit wins. So
oh god, so they're in the
uh,
same
yeah,
spot as
but
Saints Gaming.
at the same time, they did win over Ryerson, which I don't think anybody expected.
Oh
Ryerson with
yes,
an
that's
unfortunate
right.
situation, of course, using subs in that game, but UT Dallas, obviously, it's a no tough task beating Ryerson when you have next in the lineup. So the fact that they were able to find that win, they have the forfeit wins. I'd say they have the edge in this game, which is their last. So, I mean, this is probably a must win for Dallas, and they may be able to make it in. It's still like a maybe, I think, but
Hmm.
they're gonna need this win.
Yep, and who's a player to watch for Dallas?
Tofu's been putting up great numbers as of late, so got to include him in the conversation. But my boy Info Hip, Pug Buddy here is, I mean, he's a solid player. The way that he's a very brainy player. The way that he
Oh
plays
come
and
on, I
moves
think
around the
I
map.
I think we witnessed that.
Yeah,
Enfo probably made
he
the
is,
biggest play
yeah,
in
quite clutch
CSL
games.
history so far. In my come on, the CZ, like even Sean Garris tweeted today
Yeah.
himself. The CZ, you think it's a gun that just gets a single kill and that's it. Get the trade with
No,
the gun.
oh,
No,
that
no,
was
no.
the Inferno A site hold. I remember it now.
Yeah,
I think I remember it clearly.
yeah. Sean Garris, he tweeted that out, but now the CZ gets 3 kills,
Yep.
or 2 plus kills. It's already doing more than it should with $500, right? So
Yeah, and that was I believe that round like itself. I think that was against Ryerson, correct? Like if the Ryerson wins that round, you have a whole different game. But Hip gets that clutch with one clip left in his easy, and then UT Dallas just runs away with it. So, and obviously that's a win. When you're in a division with UCF and Ryerson, you either have to go perfect or with your other teams, or you have to beat one of them. So, the fact that they were able to take that over Ryerson is actually huge.
yeah, indeed. So look forward to seeing InfoHip and Tofu, but over on the other side, NCSU. Let's talk about them for a little. What can we expect from these guys?
NCSU, the home of Don Ross, the legend.
Mm-hmm.
We know how he plays. We know
Yep.
what he brings to the table. for his team, but they're kind of one of those schools that you would have hoped did better. They're 6-7 overall in the season. They had a very abysmal fall, 2-5, and now they're 4-2 in the spring. Of course, a couple of forfeit wins, but again, they pretty much have to win this game, like if they want to be in the conversation. And even at that point, it's like, I don't know. They lost to both Ryerson and UCF. So if like somehow, I don't know, it's not possible for it to be a tie, but if there was a tie, UT Dallas would get the edge. So NCSU is going to need a lot of other teams to lose, even if they win this game, I think, to get in.
I believe this is the last game for them.
Yeah, this is going to close out that conference. And like I said, you'd get the draw that Ryerson and UCF are in your conference, and you're just like, face palm. What are we going to do?
Yeah.
But both of these teams have kind of held together against other schools. Tiffin not playing as hot as we kind of expected them to, maybe. Southern Illinois actually Southern Illinois beat Dallas, but they lost to NCSU. So I don't really know. I don't know if either team really has the edge here. I want to give it to UT Dallas because I've seen what they can do.
Yeah.
And I haven't really seen NCSU break out against a huge important opponent throughout the season.
It's like one of those things too, right? This is the last map, guys. This is playoff season, and these guys probably practice their hearts out. And we expect to see strats, executes, etc., and good communication. So, but I'm gonna check on these guys in the server, and just give me one sec. And I am in the server.
Right on time.
But real quick, Mr. McGinnis, who's the watch here for NCSU?
I mean, just for the way that he plays, we'll say Don Ross, but I've seen Styler J make a lot of really solid plays as well. So I always like to maybe give one or two guys to watch. I'd say on that side of things, it's got to be Don Ross or Styler J.
All right, let's see how this plays out. Looks like we've got all 10 players. Yep, and Knife is already on time. All right, so Cobblestone is the last map, just so you guys know. Just a nice reminder. NCSU on the CT side, and Dallas on the T side for this night. They should duke it up towards middle. And look at the equipment here. It's a tough one. I'd say Dallas has the edge because of this knife skins.
Yeah, that's got to be how you count it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you got to get those stat track kills, all that good stuff.
Oh, is the prediction gonna happen? Oh, yep. The style. Oh god. Oh, there it is. Dallas, they win because of the knives. But Karma and Tofu got like all those kills. So, but Dallas will choose T side. Interesting. So I expect some Strataroonies, maybe some type of Zerg type style rush, maybe. Maybe fast execution.
Yeah, I mean,
are hard to deal with. Like that's probably the worst thing to deal
in this
with.
league. Yeah, in this league, it's like a lot of CT setups aren't quite as defined as a lot of teams might like them to be. So I mean, as far as NCSU's T side, I have no doubt that it's going to be fast to one of the sites every single round, probably, or at least that's how it's going to start, and then they'll slow down from there.
Oh,
As far as
again,
UTD
Don
goes,
Ross,
they
though?
might be able to throw a couple fakes.
Don
I know,
Ross
that's the
getting
thing.
Op, it's like
Not even with the op, like get that guy an AK, throw him out into a site.
No,
he's
a
gonna hold
rifler,
W.
Sorry, yes, yeah,
He
that's
guarantee, but he's one of those guys that's like, if you're an IGL, you can consider him like the arm with the strongest bicep, if that makes sense. Like you can guarantee that you can throw him out into. He's an extension of how you're going to use him as an IGL, because you could throw him out into a site, guarantee yourself 2 kills maybe. Like he's always going to get that first kill. He wins those fights like 90% of the time, and then he gets a chance to take another fight and give you information. So if they're able to use him correctly, he could be very deadly. But I don't know if I've really seen the ability from him to slow things down and play a separate pace.
Yeah, that's entirely true, and we'll put all the pressure on Don Ross. But guys, Dallas on the T side, that's gonna be Alloy, Con Artist, Tofu, Enfrohip, and Karma. On the North Carolina State University side is Enlats, Don Ross, Scrappy, MTB, and Styler J. Don Ross all by himself can hear a pack of UTD players making all that noise. first contact, and he's gonna get the first kill, but Tofu's gonna trade it out fast as ever. Flash into the site. Look at Tofu go. Face of death. Scrap. He's gonna actually go down right away into connector. And Lat's able to find one kill, but he gets traded up by Tofu. And now all by himself, Styler J.
Oh no,
able to
that's
deny the
bomb.
bomb. Yes, indeed. And lots of time, though, for these guys to actually pick him off. But Styler J, 1v2.
Enfo and Karma, they're considering a boot. I think they're going to do it too. If they can get this off. Oh, I think that might have just given it away. Styler J might have heard that. He's going to put himself in a position to take this gunfight. But Enfo going to draw him out. Karma going to grab the bomb and hop out safely here. So they will be able to get this plant down. Styler's got to realize that he's lost control of the bomb at this point. He's going to push out and try to take the first fight onto Enfo. Enfo's going to gush him down, and Karma will finish things off. UT Dallas winning a bit of a scrappy one, but I mean, what can you do?
Gets the, the first trade.
I can't believe how far he extended.
Yeah, exactly. And
like in traditional sports,
like
if you overextend something that hard, like you're gonna be injured, you know? That one hurts my brain to watch because it works. But I don't know, just he gets 2 kills in connector. That cuts off so much rotation power. The fact that he did that with the bomb too.
Right to the smoke, Don Ross. Star himself is gonna go down. And Dallas now. The regroup. That's what they should be doing. Look at this rotate already happening. The Mag 7 now gonna make its way back towards drop, where it is overpowered.
Mag 7 can be a scary thing to run into, but without armor, he'll need to hit his first shot. Don't know if he's going to be obliged here, though, as UT Dallas seem to have made their way towards the A site, taking control of things slowly and quietly. It looks... Oh, yeah, they're going to figure it out here.
It's a lot of time. It looks Styler. Oh, Enfo, very slow peek. Go down and that's spawn a play towards tree. He will actually get the last one of the game. Of course, Cannon. And Lat's able to find a kill, but Alloy's gonna trade that out. Lots of time to plant the bomb. And how they come from connector, and Karma's like, hello, they're out. And he's got the rifle to deny this.
Good thing Karma was in position there. Trying to shut down Styler J and Will. Styler J picking up 1. He actually dinked up Con Artist though, so he could have had a second kill there with that Mag 7.
I felt like that should have killed Con Artist, but...
You think so? I mean, like, the shotguns are pretty fickle. It's hard to tell whether they're going to land properly or not. Either way, the first kill is going to at least buy him a CZ this round, so they'll have something to work with. But probably not going to be enough, as it looks like UTD going to go for straight up A rush. I like this call. This is, if you're going to go fast somewhere, I wouldn't go towards the B side. Oh, what are these nades? Flash.
It's still good though.
Oh, this is so. This is scrimmy CS right here.
Yeah, despite seeing how the names are flying out, but regardless though, Dallas understand that it's pretty much a full eco, regardless of Styler J's CZ. Retaking A side is so annoying.
There's only 2 major choke points that you can come through, really, so that one flash was all they were going to be able to have, really. A Mac 10 not going to be much sacrificed here. Styler J's getting sprayed through the door. Karma having a chance. Tofu hungry for these frags, and Alloy will find the final kill. UT Dallas only dropping the Mac 10 there. I expect them to keep this UMP going into this next round. I mean, knowing that some of these players are going to forego that head armor, I don't know.
Yeah, but that's such a huge risk. The Enfo's going to hold on to the Galil. But, rifles across the board. The Wolfpack trying to hold this off. 1-2-2 setup, it looks like. The fast B play. Like I said, the fast plays. Will Dallas pull this off?
MTB finding a pair to start things off. That's going to be huge. And Styler J trying to chime in with the second spray, transferring onto the second player. Karma finding a pair. Not going to be enough right now, as he's separated from the bomb and left all alone in a 1v3.
I do apologize, guys. Go TV loves down there. But Karma The 1v3 now holding in lane. Scrappy takes one and we'll lose that duel doing no damage at all. And Don Ross. And that's last two remaining. Bomb is completely down. Now Karma, he's got no more utility. He spent it and he's still working towards the last position. Wolfpack would actually know here.
He's trying to bait people out with that jump there, but not going to be obliged. And Enlat's getting caught looking the wrong way, leaving Don Ross reeling back towards the site after just briefly going to check A. He has 37 seconds to work with. He's waiting for this rotate. Oh, the timing is going to mess with him here. I don't know. He's got to get the bomb down before Don Ross enters the site. He fakes the plant. Don Ross doesn't seem to have heard it.
I believe in Don Ross right now. No
I think, yeah, Don Ross, like,
get the ace.
Oh, I don't know. He's got a shot at it at least. He's looking for the door. Don Ross is through on the rock. He's hiding, throwing a flashbang, needing to try to find Karma before Karma peeks him wide. And Don Ross going to come through for his team as you predicted.
Yeah, it's look a little too easy. I throw out the X-ray like, Yep, looking for those headshots. That's probably why, like, some players will spray with the M4A4, but Don Ross, no spray. But Wolfpack will find their first round, which is the 4th round on the CT side, and look at the money situation. It's gonna be an all-out buy. A Clarion here for Styler J.
Oh my god.
But of course,
famous.
Yeah, sure, famous.
I say FAMAS.
Clarion sounds so much better.
You ever play
Regardless,
Black
fast
Ops?
play towards Long B once again. UT Dallas want to try it, but will MTB stop? Finds another kill. Actually finds the first kill, just like before. And all the damage being done. Styler J finds another kill as well. Scrappy chimes in, but they get traded off. Styler J picks this off, and he will go down. Don Ross in the full flank. Zenlats hanging out with Pizza.
EnfoHip finding 3 really important kills there, and still with 28 HP after taking 3 separate gunfights. I mean, this man is on point. Don Ross so close to them, though. He's, oh my gosh, he whiffs! You lose that.
A second more. And Lats would have got that shotgun off, and that would have actually killed EnfoHip. 28 HP? My god, the delay from the shotgun shots must be so annoying sometimes, but you gotta give it to EnfoHip. 4K for that man.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, he's a player to watch in this one for sure. The side of UT Dallas for exactly rounds like that. The smart said not overextend there, just to play calm and know that these players are going to take gunfights against you. In those hectic situations, if you slow down and just kind of let them to show where they are in that B site, you can be very effective, and that's exactly what he did there.
For Wolfpack, actually an upgraded pistol buy. They actually managed to find EnfoHip lurking over towards the A side. Don Ross got 5-7, but will go down. Not doing too much damage. This A site now. Bomb's gonna go down.
Tyler sees one in sight and takes one down with the headshot. That's Con Artist going down. Tofu finding one in the meantime. That nade not going to take down Styler J. He'll do considerable damage without Kevlar. And Styler with another headshot looking for Karma, who's close. And MTB going to find the trade. All of a sudden, Tofu with just 4 HP is going to go down. And they've done it.
Yeah, that force up. This is now going to make the money situation real awkward, because it's a reset. A hard reset, actually. The bomb plant, yeah, $800 a piece. But look at the money. It's an upgraded pistol buy for Dallas, right?
Yeah, it's got to be. I mean, you just go with an upgraded pistol buy. Maybe Alloy are going to refrain from doing that, and they can get a decent buy going into the next round. But to get, I guess it's like reverse resetted. Does that make sense? Reverse reset? Let that happen to you on a T side, especially when you know that they're going to have pistols. They just send out EnfoHip, which I don't think is the best player to be faking towards B for your team. I think he could have been probably doing something a little more useful for Dallas in that situation. But he goes down, and other players just kind of go straight up mid, forgetting to check long, forgetting to send somebody up danger. It's a miscommunication for sure, because 2 players at long, Don Ross goes down, they think they've cleared it, and all of a sudden things are over.
It's good, but they took quite some time to kill Lats, and no fast play towards B. As the game control towards drop, they could spew out like hot lava, but MTB and Styler J have actually done a pretty good job kind of trading off, getting like 2 pieces each round per player here. MTB and Styler J, mind you. Look at this. Dallas at a standstill as they have complete control of drop. They're actually just playing this out. Scrappy has a good idea.
They have a chance to get something done with this advantage. They don't want to overstep, though. Alloy and Con Artist should be trying to bait themselves out here. They really shouldn't be trying to go for trades. As we see Scrappy and Sight going to get dinked up. Alloy will actually find the trade, and Karma as well. The B site has been compromised, and Dallas now looking to take their place back in the driver's seat. Don Ross fast on the flank, full nades. Styler J hitting Karma through the door is going to make things difficult as well. And all of a sudden, Don Ross has a chance at
25 damage to Con Artist, a 1v2. He knows we're close. Oh my god. Enfo actually cooks down a bit as well. And that's, oh my god. That Con Artist had the most HP. Don Ross, is this another clutch for this man? Needs to fully peek this. Oh my god. Don Ross, 12 bullets. Bomb sticking away. He will actually get it. He has a kit. And that's another round for this man to clutch out. Oh my god.
I mean, yeah. He's really showcasing his CT side value right now, because like I said, on the T side, you're going to see him go fast, and he's going to go wide. Like, that's what he's going to do against you. And until you figure out how to stop it, he's just going to keep drifting wider and wider like this is Fast and the Furious. He's going to head straight up mid before you even know what happened. But on CT side, to have a player that can solo sites, come into these situations and guarantee you some kills, like, I mean, the way he retakes sites, he literally makes it look like he's in a retake server. He makes it look that easy when he does it.
Yeah, I think to deal with Don Ross is they need to have someone watching flank or just lurk in the back. But
yeah, shadow him like you see in other sports. You see, you know, when somebody's got a good player, they shadow that player. They make sure that player doesn't have room to move, and they're not doing anything to counter it. MTB gonna get aggressive though in the meantime and take down Tofu early. That's a bit of a misstep for UTD to allow that to happen. MTB not even going to be able to fall back. Scrappy's pushed up wide. He's going to go down. They can now double peek the lit player, and they'll find him. All of a sudden, NCSU going to be... They're going to fall on their own sword, essentially, there. They had long control, and they just overstepped.
Yeah, there was kind of no need. Like, they could have just smoked it off.
Yeah, let MTB fall back into sight. Maybe he thought that there was no chance he was going to get away, but I don't know if it's worth giving up a second life there for that.
Now an attack towards the A side. Alloy finds Don Ross's dome, and Styler J now with the op. Pretty important round here for Dallas to win, because we do need the money. Bomb's gonna go down and out towards Rifle. Rifle gets traded up, but Edfo will find the headshot on the Styler J. And Lats, guess he was not even down for the count in this round. He's just gonna try and hold on to this rifle and look at the money situation. Yeah, it's not looking good. Definitely going to be a save here for the Wolfpack.
And Lance needing to do likely more than he could have in this one. So, yeah, smart to save. Sitting on the board at 3 and 6. Scrappy as well. Kind of not really getting anything going with the rifles. NCSU going to need more than just great clutches from Don Ross or solo plays from Styler J or MTB here. They're going to need more than that. They need more cohesive effort from all 5 of their players right now, because when things get hectic, they're able to work with each other in the sites. But it seems like if UT Dallas throws any kind of fakes or slows things down, NCSU has trouble.
Yeah, looks like Don Ross actually gets tossed the rifle. I like this. Picks up armor for himself, a smoke grenade as well. The rest of his teammates, they're gonna hear the stampede, and here comes Dallas. Out they go, and Enlats completely blinded, and Alloy's gonna completely ignore him. And Enlats will go down to Tofu. Karma, they actually equalize out with the equipment in the hands of Dallas.
Yeah, there's no way that they were going to be able to break back into that. But just for a second there, you're wondering, it seems is every round going to go this way? One team going to take it right back out of the hands of the other, but Con Art is going to make sure that's not the story this time around, as UT Dallas going to go up 6-3. A respectable T-side building here, as well as their cash. They're working towards that 10K mark, and when you make that 10K mark on your T-side, I think it's kind of an indicator that you've done well.
Yeah, if you have, yeah, you're definitely right. Those you see the 5 figures, you're sitting healthy. Especially we're on the 10th round here. Yeah, Wolfpack could actually put Dallas and Eco if they can, you know, hold on to their equipment and really deny these guys, or actually just do a lot of damage and kill LTs. But here we go, another fast play by Dallas. I guess it works, but who is that hiding it? Oh my god. Oh my god, MTV. Oh my god, it's a huge play, gets a 2K. That's an FP9. He actually gets tagged down a bit. And then gonna find Scrappy. Connor's gonna find Enlats as well. But MTB, they know where this man is. Molotov's gonna cook him alive. Forced to peek out. Enfo's gonna deny that. And Don Ross with another 1v1 situation. And Con Artist gonna clean up. That was a huge play by MTB, but the rest of his teammates died too fast, I think, on the site.
Yeah, that could be the story here. That could be what happened. As just for a second, again, NCSU, they have so many good looks in these rounds where, you know, MTV making that solo play to find 2 kills and then get away like that. You just wonder, like, what if those 2 players didn't peek those 3 players in sight? They were in the process of essentially pinching UTD into the site and forcing them to either take gunfights or die. And I mean, when you get them in that situation, you can use your force buy more effectively.
Why was this the play? I'm really curious.
Just for a chance, I don't know.
I guess so.
You know, the last 2 anti-ecos that UT Dallas played, they went A, I believe, and on the one they actually lost.
Oh, yeah,
so
right.
I think they're kind of just like, they might be just over reading into it, or maybe Dallas actually read into it and we're like, okay, well, we haven't been having success going fast on these anti-ecos, so we'll just give it a try.
This should be a clean round here for Dallas. I'm surprised they lose a player. Oh, down. Fine. Info. Great control. Checking this corner. Scrap looking for a free gun, but there's nothing left. Now 3-8. That 10k there, 14k there for EnfoHip. This is scary. There's 4 rounds left.
Yeah, not in a great place right now, because I mean, even though this is a T-sided map, like, the first team to get there, like, if you're stuck playing CT side first, it is a more important CT side than the other team, because they only have to be okay if they get a lot of rounds here.
Oh my god, they just need stack. This nade actually does a lot of damage to Don Artist, but out they go onto the site, spewing out. Dallas trying to capitalize, but Don Ross is on the site this time. Will it make a huge difference? He finds 2 kills, looking for the 3rd, but he won't get it because Karma denies this man. But Styler J chimes in at the last second. And the biggest change, putting Don Ross there, denying these guys out to get control of the site. I guess that's the remedy.
That's what they had to do. They did what they had to do. They had Scrappy go into that solo A role and just have him play for information. Again, hasn't been having the best game rifle-wise and gunfight-wise, so potentially sending this player towards A and trying to hide them there may have given them a bit of a benefit here, as they can have more gunpower on B. If they have MTBs, Styler J and Don Ross there. Don Ross actually reads into this, though. I think he knows Tofu's going to be here. That nade in the nice nade scout combo, looking like Halo 3 here. What a play. This guy's a gamer.
That was actually pretty nice. Gets an upgrade too. Wooly holds down, and yes, he'll get a second. Katie gets the 3rd. Easy peasy for Don Ross and keeping the Wolfpack alive. The alpha, I guess, of this Wolfpack, and the bomb's been dropped, and they've got full sight of it. Now, is there a smoke in play? Yes, Atla can smoke that off. Maybe grab the bomb. Maybe wait for a spray. But still, they have to deal with 5 of these players.
Tyler J finding one in lower will probably be enough to gain this round, as he now has control of the bomb. Alloy slow peeking into it, tries to go low, and won't have success doing so.
Dallas
That's fine.
is
Yeah, they're
so fast. Like,
yeah, I don't think they can slow themselves down at this point. Right now, they're like a freight train trying to slam down on their brakes, but you know, they're driving on ice at this point, the way that they're playing.
it's like, okay, they have Don Ross on B. Let's get some information towards A. No,
See, now they're doing the
he's
thing
gotta
again where they send EnfoHip out B.
Oh yes, you're right.
I don't know if this is the right play. I know Enfo, I know how he plays, but Alloy and Styler J gonna trade out kills early, and Enfo's out. There's one behind him though. They know he's out. They have to, as Don Ross will find the kill. And once again, UT Dallas gonna get shut down as Scrappy goes unchecked. Was that a counter boost?
No. Yeah, he just ran.
He ran straight out.
Alternate. Yeah, that's exactly what.
I mean, that's all you gotta do sometimes.
Now, Tofu. Already 2 kills in this round. Can he make it a 4K? As Dallas sitting on 8 rounds, and this would make icing on the cake. They could clutch this round, but lots of time for Tofu to wait this out. And Lance maybe trying to gain control. This could be a big mistake. Oh my goodness. He's gonna actually check if he goes up, but Tofu, no. Still so much time.
Don Ross jumping up, and Tofu somehow hears that, I think. He's going to find the kill, but now goes very low as NLAT's needing this clutch.
No bullets. Reload. 30 seconds. Flash sees the player wide. And oh my gosh, a little bit of a tickle is all you need. This Tofu gets denied that clutch, almost getting a 4K, and last lane with 2 HP. And I think he actually picked up that UMP, like, I think within 3 seconds of that round ending. And used it against Tofu. Like, he had a pistol.
Yep, he did.
And now we're in the last round of the first half. This is still definitely, this is actually pretty good for Wolfpack, mind you. They've got the money, but they've got an op in play as well. Don Ross is on it.
Situationally, yeah, they really could be in a lot worse. They could be in hot water right now if they didn't get that very important round win at round 12 there. So they're able to convert that into 2 more round wins, and now they've been rewarded with a round against 3 AKs, 2 Galils, and a Molotov.
And the thing is, I like the call here for Dallas. They definitely understand, like, okay, Don Ross might be on B site. Don Ross should be understanding. It's been working on us for a B. Now look at this. Out they go up towards the middle. Don Ross now defender on this A site. Look, Scrappy. Huge information play, and no, the Karma gets denied. The communication needs to be there. Don Ross creeping up as well.
I mean, UT Dallas has had problems with this A flank throughout the whole half, whether it was Scrappy or Don Ross doing it. And they're finally about to clear out Scrappy. I think EnfoHip looking for the kill, going to catch his head, trying to find it, and will finally denying him, but he's bought so much time for his team, and they don't even know what they're going to do yet. They're going to head all the way back to the B site.
I feel like, who was it just died? Was it Styler?
Scrappy.
Scrappy, yeah. I feel like he should just held, right? This is such an important round right now, and NLATS is the only player to hear this and call it out. He's actually going to peek out, and his teammate will also follow. It's going to be MTV actually able to find 1 kill, but Don Ross, another clutch situation as he does deny Con Artist. To 1v2, we're going to stick it on Don Ross and turn off the X-Ray. No kit, up in hand, and such an important round for both teams. Oh my god, that scared the living crap out of me. But Tofu's gonna
he was just trying to grab that kit, and he just caught looking the wrong way at the wrong time. He did some noise going out because he was out of time. He really needed to go for that. And I mean, you know, all things considered, NCSU brings back the half and makes it what it probably should have been.
Yeah, this is actually, I mean, I feel like, what's the mentality of Dallas? Do you feel like, yeah, they definitely understand that because it's T-side map.
Yeah.
But I feel like Wolfpack was aiming for maybe like 11-4 or something like that. Maybe something better, obviously, than 9. But if they win this pistol, they're looking pretty healthy.
Yeah, I mean, the pistol kind of becomes less important because of the way that the rounds ended up playing out towards the end of that half, but the fact that UT Dallas is kind of, I wouldn't want to say slumping, but maybe the mentality is like, oh wow, you know, right? This could have been so much of a different game, and we're just, you know, we miscommunicated towards A how many rounds in a row. We made some bad calls to, you know, go to one site rather than the other, and I don't know, you know, NCSU's kind of give themselves a berth back into this game when at one point it was like they were having so many good looks but unable to convert their rounds that you were just wondering if UT Dallas was going to run away with it. So pistol upcoming here. NCSU needing to get 3 more rounds to make this a tie game. At that point, I would wonder if UT Dallas is going to go for that kind of timeout, maybe step back and think about it, because, I mean, that was a really good end of the half from NCSU.
The nade stack towards alternate, and actually 2v2 imminent towards alternate. Alloy trying to back up, and his teammate blocking it, but the actual fight it, and Alloy denies NLATS and MTB to start this off, and Tofu says hello. He slots the bomb as well, and he actually picks up another kill of Scrappy all by himself. Where's Scuba? What in God's name is happening? Scrappy actually finds 2 kills, but Tofu and Alloy, opposite ends of the map, shut it down.
They do, and I mean, now separating this by 4 rounds and giving NCSU kind of a bitter pill to swallow, considering that's the second pistol in this game that they've lost. I mean, we always talk about it. You lose both pistols, that game becomes so hard to win.
Yeah, now the force up. Now, it's worked before, but can they hold on as fast as they go? NCSU, they'll trade off one, but Tofu's gonna find another kill. Bomb gets dropped. Don Ross with CZ won't find that kill, followed by EnFoHip to find Styler J. Now Scrappy and Don Ross, though, stuck together. Don Ross, he's got an MP9 to work with. He's trapped.
Kept fighting with the CZ, knowing that these would be armored players, but, or maybe he just didn't even kind of realize he had that MP9. Either way, it works enough to get a couple of kills towards drop, but not going to be enough to get anything beyond that. So likely having to concede another round here just to get it out of the way. UT Dallas is going to go up onto probably 12 rounds, and at that point, again, like I said, they get the pistol. They have an okay, or they have a decent T side at the start of it. Rather, I mean, they just have to be okay here. NCSU maybe not going to be able to throw anything too special at them. As I said, it's going to be fast towards either site, and towards lower A. That nade gonna do so much damage as Alloy takes down NLATS to start things off, and all of a sudden these Glocks are splitting up, and I don't know why.
Alloy? Wow. Okay. Don Ross, first fire. Oh boy. Oh god, that nade.
That's a nice nade. Oh,
if he gets a kill though, they actually B-hop into him. Jeez. So 6-12 pistol round effect. Now depleted. It is now a gun round here for NCSU. They need to whip out the strats. They need this gun round so bad.
They do.
Now,
they really do.
The loss bonus, but still, like they need to start funding these rounds.
They have the weaponry to do it. Scrappy has so much utility. They will be able to molly out an important position towards the B site if they so choose. But going into a slow default, apparently to make me eat my words. See what they're able to do with this play. That nade gonna trigger a Molotov into drop. Lots of utility being spent early. It's actually 2 Molotovs, so it's long, and Don Ross gonna shut down EnFo. Catches him looking the wrong way just for a moment. Is that gonna be enough to send NCSU out towards the B side? It's been enough to cause some rotations and a little bit of panic on the UT Dallas side.
Opposite carries, right? Denying each other. Alloy now holding this off. He's done it before. There's 2 players in total. Double peek. Look at that. Alloy shut it down. Is able to find a kill towards drop as well. MTB and Scrappy. Now, you say Scrappy's got utility, but will he use it? There's still 4 nades on this man. Okay, he will finally whip it out. Now Karma. A 1v2. What started out with a free kill against UT Dallas, and the result into a round win here for the Wolfpack.
The impact of Don Ross in these rounds needs to be minimized by UT Dallas, but once again, going to be good for 2 out towards long there before he is denied. That Molly going to give Karma a little bit of information, a flash out drop, but he's actually being flanked by Scrappy. He doesn't know it, and now he's on the clock, and not just the bomb timer. Is Scrappy going to take him down? NCSU wins a very important gun round and is going to be able to make a game of this.
Oh, man. So, gun round goes in the hands of the Wolfpack. There's an op buy. This is a pretty important round for Dallas, as they will be put into, I think, a double eco. Actually, yeah, double eco.
They're out of money. I mean, again, and one important gun round going to be followed up with the second, and Don Ross overextending. That time not going to be good for anything. He tries to head out towards the B site, but UT Dallas going to be tall to the task. Styler J going to equalize things, but NLAT's taking damage from nades likely in the meantime. What's he going to be able to do here? He has bomb. He's made his way towards the A site. Two more of his teammates. Karma's pulled off of the A site in the meantime, and that's going to leave a singular player in the site. That's going to be Alloy. He might be met with these players soon as they're making their way up danger.
Now, I just want you to look at Scrappy's AK and look at the name of his. Look at the name of it. Doesn't it remind you of something you just saw recently? Don't say what it is. So we'll talk about that later. But I was actually like, what? Is that like the area code in there or something? But regardless, though. 4 members of the Wolfpack and last with 11 HP. They're looking to attack onto this A site where Alloy, followed by the brother Karma. Is out wide. That is a big mistake. And Karma now with the FAMAS shoots at the wall, will pay the price. And now Tofu and Enfo. If they can find some early picks, yes, doable, but honestly, with these angles, okay. This could be doable.
Enfo's committing on this. I know he didn't want to the way he was holding that first angle, but it seems like he really wants it now. And Styler J on the off angle, going to shut him down. Tofu being pressured by ABC and MTB, going to deny him. UT Dallas going down on that one, and they're actually going to recover an op. So NCSU going to get closer. They're inching their way back into this map, and it's so weird to see them doing it considering they did lose both pistols. Now, what's this engine? 515? I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh. I mean,
am I missing something like huge right now?
No, it's just, I think like, never mind. We'll talk about it later.
Okay.
You would ruin the stream. Slaughter. Scrappy finding a 3K Styler, gonna pick up one as well. And Info. Looks like I think he ate a nade. Okay, eats another nade and a little tick. So 9-12, pretty fast round. Dallas with the money. Not exactly any room for utility. They won't have head armor.
One of them actually name tagged the bomb. That ain't Falco.
Oh, interesting.
I swear, they actually did. Every time I hear about the Wombo combo, you know, I work with the Boxer guys, so I mean that happened to Zoo, so it's like it kind of stings a little now, you know.
Oh boy, fast play. Dallas. Tofu's gonna shut that down. Don Ross able to pick up a kill. He is gonna be holding towards Plat. Now this is actually a 1-2-2 setup here for Dallas, which will actually a counter boost happens and. They will actually shut down Styler J, and now they have to worry about the flank. Don Ross put off the angle of Plat, the bomb on NTB, and they're actually forced. They actually can't commit to this.
Scrappy's going to try to sneak his way through this. Karma's probably not going to hit the timing, and Alloy going to be met. Scrappy knows that there could be another one towards the A site. Con Artist being mollied at a drop. I think Don Ross heard that, and he's going to stick around to try to make good on that. Oh my gosh, this molly is going to move Con Artist so far out of position, but where's the coordination? What's going on here for NCSU?
It's kind of like see what you can do type deal, but Karma, with just the P250, he's got some armor. Oh god, Karma. He's looking for it. He has to kill that player. Don Ross goes down. It's a huge play. They know where he knows where he is. Now I'm gonna stick it on Karma here. This is a huge round. It'd be a heartbreak for NCSU. 6 bullets.
He's gonna go to B.
He's got to.
This is filthy. Karma's gonna realize it in just about a second here that he ran to B.
He's gonna be able to pick up a gun as well.
He'll be able to pick up a gun, and he does have armor too. MTB Does have a little bit of utility to work with, so I imagine he's about to smoke off door. Went really far.
Alright, we're gonna turn the X-ray back on. I'm still gonna keep it on Karma though. This is his round to lose. Sorry, MTV's round to lose. But Molotov picked up. Actually, both players have Molotovs. There's no kid. Chooses to clear out poop. That Molly will work against him if MTV chooses to dump it. No, the rifle will get saved into the next round. Look at the money situation. It's a buy. This is way it dropped. Yeah, it's definitely a buy here for UT Dallas, but look at this. This is 10-12, Zach.
Yep.
This is actually a pretty close game. This is down to who's going to make the mistakes and who can capitalize on them.
So many rounds are coming down to these very important clutches. And it seems like NCSU is winning all of them. Don Ross with a couple really important ones in the first half. Now MTB with a very important one there. I mean, should it have ever been that important? Probably not, but it is what it is.
No. I've talked about this with Mahone. You, I believe. Yeah, double up on T side? No. That's a big no-no.
Cobble. It's especially on Cobble. A lot of teams don't even run an op on T side Cobble.
Yeah, and we're going to see Don Ross offing towards long B. MTV's actually going to find a kill and drop. This double off though, it kind of hunkers you guys down and you don't move as fast. And look at this, Don Ross missing his shots. Enfo's going to pick up NLATs. Goes down to the center. That's a 2K and looking for the third. Is Enfo Hip will get it in this round. And Op is still left, but Scrappy as well, who's been slightly lurking, will find a kill onto Karma. But still, man advantage here for Dallas.
Scrappy should be able to do something to start things off. He's going to get his utility out. That should give Styler J free passage into the A site, but can't wait too long as these players are just awaiting their chance. The bomb going to go down, and with that, expect them to throw a flash over. They're going to try to head through the door, and they will get someone out lower for free. Alloy's first kill going to be huge, and a player close.
Styled on. Oh my god.
What happened?
I watched Scrappy's point of view. It's huge just shooting into that guy's buttocks, but Alloy.
I saw it from the other POV.
Oh my god.
I think Alloy just wasn't even like technically aiming at him. He just kind of turned to the direction of the bullets, and his barrel was so close to him. Literally, he shoved it right down his throat. Like,
oh god. And look at
use it like, I mean, you can use the op like a shotgun if you think about it.
Yeah. Yes. Close angles if you're aggressive.
A really expensive shotgun.
If you know how to no-scope too, it's definitely beneficial, but really, like you said, expensive shotgun. You don't want to do that. But then again, it's unexpected. And now, NCSU slow play. Don Ross able to find a kill into Karma, but sets him down at 12 HP.
5 players now from the Wolf Pack, needing to group up and make a decision. Don Ross being the low player, not going to bode well for their offense, as he's not likely the first person to be running out in this situation. Scrappy setting up a Molotov. He's just going to throw it right on the other side of the wall, trying to bait something out.
The Molotovs actually miss this guy, and you don't actually really clear it. But over to the Rocco, Connor is able to find one kill. MTV's going to trade that out. And Alloy once again finds Scrappy, who's been lurking. But Styler J is going to find that trade, and the man advantage here towards the offense. But what advantage is it if Don Ross and Styler J have 12 HP together?
Oh, that Molotov. He has to back out of it. He's left with 2 HP. This is like the worst Counter-Strike I've ever seen. Tofu didn't even hear that. Oh, I think he knows. He knows now.
Yeah, this is a down. Okay, Tofu just needs to tickle these last guys. Tofu's gonna find Styler J now. Don Ross. Oh, spots the last second.
I don't think he's. I don't know if he saw him.
I think he did.
I don't think he.
Don Ross?
It was. Yeah, I don't think Don Ross saw Tofu.
Oh my god, he actually tags Tofu down. Oh my god, what is happening? Oh My god. The use of utility will win the round. And
That
UT
round is like,
Dallas will find 14 rounds over the Wolfpack's 10, and my god.
like, okay, imagine like a nice execute where you go out, you get some nice trade frags, get the bomb down, and walk away from the round. Like, imagine that as like a Picasso. This is like a kindergartner trying to color in the lines right now for both teams. It's so bad the way that they're playing this. They're just saying, okay, it's a deathmatch server at this point. Everybody's gonna take 1v1s.
It's not.
It's just literally, it's like a Game of Thrones battle. Everybody's just got swords and then just find one guy and that's it.
Yeah, they're treating each other. Oh my god, that nade doing so much damage. Alloy, once again, he will chime in, finding a kill. Karma's gonna want some as well, finds 2 for himself, and he's holding. Oh, he switches out to the time, but he finds another kill. Don Ross all by himself, and this might seal match point. A 1v5 for this man.
Oh, it's got a steal match point. Karma gonna lurk out wide, and actually Don Ross needed to get that kill much sooner. Now at 7 HP. Stuck in this corner.
He's got smokes.
Doesn't have a nade to make this quicker for himself.
Why is he using his utility? What's going on? What's going on?
Oh, it's gonna tickle him. It's gonna tickle him.
Oh no. Hello. What? Why didn't he use utility? I'm so confused.
I don't know. Maybe he just thought that as soon as any of the nades went out that he'd be peaked.
Oh my god, look at the money situation here for NCSU as well. It's do or die. Pots and pans against UT Dallas. They have 4 AKs. Oh my god. Yeah, this is over.
Yeah, I don't know.
Unless they can blow up on B site, which that might just be the plan here.
That very well could be the plan. Is Don Ross and friends gonna make their way out towards the B site? This could be it. Is EnfoHip finding the first? Gonna be huge. Tofu going down in the trade. EnfoHip in sight, standing tall and finding another kill. 3 for him,
What?
a 4th, and that's it. That's all she wrote.
Enfo, 4K to end the match. 16-10. Oh god, that kind of just spiraled out of control. It was like 12-10, right?
Yeah.
My
I don't know. I don't know what to say about it, just because it's so, I don't know. It's not, there's nothing you can look at from either team there.
It
Like,
came down to that 1v1 Don Ross versus Tofu. Like
yeah,
the first peak on APC that Tofu did, Don Ross like flicked with the AK, hit him for like I think nothing, whatever he did. But then utility essentially forced him out, and that's what killed him, right? He had 12 HP, and it just came down to utility use that it just worked out here for Dallas, and that's such an important round. I think that was a 13-10 and would have been 13-11. Money would have been a lot different. A hard reset essentially, maybe 13-13. And you have kind of an equal game, but 16-10 Dallas. They performed, and you even said it before this match actually went underway. It was kind of curious to see. We see UT Dallas against Ryerson.
yep,
And EnfoHip, right? We see that. You even said EnfoHip and Tofu and Alloy actually chiming in on the CT side. It's like everything was going well for these guys.
it was, yeah. I mean, it's UT Dallas getting a little justice in the sense that they won. As you're mentioning, kind of here, things could have been so great for them going into that second half, and then all of a sudden the game slips away from them. NCSU makes a game out of it and finds those important rounds. Shows that, I mean, NCSU has individual skill. That's just, I mean, both teams were uncoordinated tonight, but I think NCSU was just a little bit more uncoordinated, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think like early on, I think NCSU needs to understand that. Okay, let's scrappy lurk. That's okay. That's okay.
They relied on so many clutches. They
Yeah.
relied on it,
But
and you
putting
can't
Don
play like
Ross,
that.
like showing Don Ross somewhere on the map, it's like, okay, let the other team's like, okay, let's not go there. And that's what essentially happened. Don Ross gets put on statue, B side's closed. That's what happened, and then UT Dallas hit A. I think an awkward eco happens, and then so on and so forth. UT Dallas, even on the last round, the 15th round of the first half, NCSU actually put an op on Don Ross, and he actually goes towards B. I think it goes in favor of UT Dallas because they attack A. It's kind of like it's like I even said that actually in the last round of the first half. Like, okay, UT Dallas B side's been working for them. They put Don Ross on B side. Okay, Dallas can't get here, but they actually attack A. They try to work their mistakes. Then a 9-6 happens, and then both pistols go in favor of UT Dallas. I think that's kind of the contrast of
Yep.
this game, and like this would have been such a different game if NCSU won that second pistol.
So close. Yeah, can't win a game without winning two. If you lose both pistols, you just can't expect to be in it. And I mean, NCSU should look at that and be like, okay, we need to work on our pistol rounds. And if anything, UT Dallas needs to look at that and hope that nobody else watches this stream replay or this demo and just hopes that nobody realizes that there's a huge chink in their armor, and it's called a flank through A site or late A control going out long and just
Yeah, that was
hanging
actually
around. Both Scrappy and Don
yeah.
Ross did it in the first half. It was a huge factor in the reason that they were able to get back into the game.
Yeah, that was it's kind of like a stagnant thing, right? Once you sub and execute, everyone's like thinking, okay, I gotta do this, I gotta be here at this time, blah blah. This is the call, this is the strat, but no one's like, who's watching flank, right? It's kind of like one of those things. Yeah, the other team's not gonna do that. They're not gonna do any risky play. They're not gonna get information. But as CTs, if you have like the perfect CT team, um, the chemistry built together, you can actually get info without dying. And maybe two players doing it together, right? We actually saw that on the second pistol. Um, but UT Dallas actually whipped out two players alternate. We saw Alloy get two quick kills. He got stuck by his teammate trying to get back from alternate going to a site, but he chooses to fight it. That's two quick kills, and it's insane. And Tofu as well towards long B. Those pistols, man, are so crucial.
Yep. It's an economic game, and you got to put yourself ahead to start. You can't expect to win a game. You have to get those pistol rounds. They're so important, and you should be like honestly dedicating part of your practice to just practicing your pistols on every single match and knowing what everybody's doing, making sure that you're not, because if there's any round that you don't want to make a crucial mistake, it's on pistol because how much it matters economically.
Yeah, it's just kind of like some people who, I guess, let's say the average, below average player would be like, okay, I lost pistol. All right, let's count the next two rounds. Like, we're losing. But the force up can happen. We've seen that happen many times. But in this case, it didn't, right? We've seen the 3 rounds that Dallas won. Actually, the beginning of each half was the pistol, because of the pistol. And we saw an eco actually happen as well. NCSU ecoed them.
Yep.
But I think that was like lack of coordination with UT Dallas getting flanked as well. But yeah, going forward though, guys, that was a pretty fun match to watch actually.
Yeah, definitely entertaining.
Watching EnfoHip, Tofu, and Alloy on the UT Dallas side chime in. And of course, Don Ross. Scrappy wasn't he wasn't doing too hot the first half, but he chimed in as well. And it's nice to see all these players have some glory in that match. But in the end, though, guys, playoffs. Both these teams were 4-2 in spring. Now UT Dallas sitting on a 5-2. I think that may put them in playoffs. Not too sure how that's going to work out. But with their only 2 losses, we'll have to check their conference. But with that being said, we've got another game tonight, which is going to be UCR versus Virginia Tech at 7 p.m. PT, guys. That's 10 p.m. EST. And really quick to cover. Zach, MVPs on both sides, please.
It's got to be Don Ross on the NCSU side. Too many clutches that were really important. Too many multi-frag rounds. Whether he did make mistakes or not is kind of irrelevant when the rest of his team just were kind of a non-factor in the game. I mean, MTB did what he could. Salar J did what he could, but neither of them had like insane plays other than the one MTB flank. But I don't even think that round panned out for them. So got to be Don Ross for that side. And on the other side, I mean, I'm going to have to say it's got to be EnfoHip. Again, maybe Tofu out-fragged him, but EnfoHip had those, again, multi-frag rounds that are huge, the holds that are huge, the impact of his frags and where they came were just very, very immense for his team. Like I said, I wasn't a huge fan of their choice to send him out B of anybody because he's one of their key pieces, and I would like to see him alive late round rather than some of their other players. So That's something they could adjust. But at the end of the day, he did what was needed for his team, and his team's going to come out on top because of a stellar performance from him.
Yeah, and the two times they actually did that, they sent Enfo by himself, and I think it didn't work out. The first time he died at Broken Wall, and the second time he died outside in lane from a player holding stairs. So it's kind of like one of those things. Maybe these guys watch this broadcast and maybe they understand it as well now. Um, let's not send Enfo by himself. But
Yeah.
with that being said, guys, if you like what you saw, hit that follow button. And of course, feel free to tweet at us at our personal Twitters and let us know on how these matches have been going and your feedback. Actually, let us know who you feel would make it out of playoffs. Looking at the top 10 rankings, like, I
Yeah.
don't know who the four schools are
There's
beat
gonna
the grand
be
final. I really
there's got
don't
to be
know.
another power rankings before playoffs where I mean, me and Mahone are gonna try to predict who's going to be a force going into playoffs. But yeah, looking at like this is where the number crunchers are going to come out. Everybody who's like math people are going to kind of realize who's got a chance and who doesn't. Obviously, with that win, UT Dallas puts themselves in the conversation. Um, but still, I don't. I mean, I'm actually not sure if they're ahead of Ryerson now in the rankings.
Yeah, that will be something to look at. But guys, I'd like to thank you all for tuning in. And we are on the greatest, largest streaming platform, which is Twitch, guys. Nothing but gratitude for them. They have given us the platform to grow as an organization and a community as the collegiate scene grows. And guys, I always stress this: that next year is probably going to be, it's definitely going to be even bigger, as you have schools now offering scholarships. Saints Gaming, St. Clair College being for the first school, just by the way, in Canada, to offer scholarships to play either in a varsity team or just full support by your
Jump on it, people.
post-secondary
Jump on it.
school to play for your school. And of course, if you are trying to figure out your squad, Division 2 is completely free, as that will open up next year as well as this season comes to